another big move that was maybe on the horizon. Maybe some people saw it coming, others maybe not, because for the first time since 2021, U.S. women's national team midfielder Lindsay Heaps is back in the NWSL. She has signed with the expansion club Denver Summit FC through 2029. She is as decorated as they come, winning pretty much everywhere she's been, including in the NWSL as an MVP, a champion, a Shield winner. She's won Champions Leagues as well. And to top it all off, arguably the most important characteristic of this player is she is a Colorado native, and we have our very own Jordan Angeli to talk about it. Jordan, congrats on signing Lindsay Heaps. This is so huge. How has this news been received over the last few days in Denver?
Yeah, well, Tuesday felt like the longest day ever because it was just, comment after comment of people really with such a warm welcome for Lindsay Heaps coming home. This is a Golden girl. She's from Golden, Colorado, just down the road. Clearly has won a lot of gold in what she has done here, as you can see on the screen. And I think for NWSL, but specifically for Colorado, this was, when I was dreaming this up and thinking, okay, how do I imagine this team to look? The first face I saw was Lindsay, because I've known Lindsay since she was 15 years old. She came and trained with me when I was a pro, and I'd come back in the winter, and she was the only youth player to come. And at 15, she fit in with us, and she has been a friend of mine ever since, someone that has continued to inspire me with everything she's doing. And her face was the only face I could see on this Denver team. So the fact that the front office made this work and figured out a way to get Lindsay back home where she belongs is a really exciting thing. And you guys could see the emotions of her family, right? Just the joy to be able to drive and watch her play every weekend is pretty incredible.
It was
Oh,
making me cry watching her parents in that interview where you were part of it, Jordan, surprising them that their daughter's coming home. And then Lindsay even talked about it. She was like, my parents don't have to get on a plane. They just drive 20, 30 minutes to the stadium and see them. I mean, how it's so cool that she's now coming home. And of course, the Denver of it all to build something from the ground up. And she has talked about how proud Heaps is to be part of laying that foundation. But from a footballing standpoint, Darian, she also brings a lot of experience, trophies. It's such a high caliber to Denver. How does this set them apart in their inaugural year in the NWSL?
y'all, mind you, we didn't have on that. She's an Olympian. She's won a gold and a bronze. I mean, she's one of those players, Jordan, I love that you called her a golden girl, that has won it every single phase of her career. She wins everywhere she goes. Bringing that to Denver, Jordan, I can only imagine how hyped you guys are, because when you look at expansion teams, you need someone that is established that can lead this team. Even I would imagine from a front office side, hey, here's what we need. Here's what's missing. I've been and won at the most successful club in the world. Here's what they do. That is a huge asset on so many fronts. But Jordan, I love your story of her coming to train with you as well. And she was one of my first roommates at a youth national team camp, and I've said this numerous times, but when we stepped on the pitch, that was the first time I've been around someone and I thought, "Oh, that's a woman playing amongst girls."
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
think we were 14, 15 at the time, and all of us were like, "Okay, she's
Yeah.
going to PSG, she's skipping out on college.
Yeah.
That's why.
Totally.
I wanna be that." And
Yeah.
to have that now as a very established veteran in the NWSL, in the global football space as a women's professional soccer player, to have that in your inaugural year in the NWSL is huge.
The big thing too, Darian, with all those things that you're saying, is she knows what it's like to carry weight. She is Captain America. She is the captain of the US women's national team, the most looked at women's soccer team on the planet. So she knows what it's like to go through some really hard times, as they did in 2023 during that World Cup, and some really good times when they won the Olympics the year after. And to be able to carry that weight in an inaugural season, in your first season where everything is brand new. Every single thing you do is a brand new thing. To have somebody that has a steady presence, she's not coming in until the summer, but I think what benefits this Denver team is you look at some of the players that they signed, and there will be players that can carry the weight until she gets here, like a Kaylee Kurtz, who's played every minute of the last 4 years, a Carson Pickett, who won a Shield and a championship just 2 years ago. Players that have won here in NWSL can carry that weight until she gets there, but she will. It's going to be a heavy lift, and I think the fact that she's excited to have that lift and do it for her teams, for her hometown, for the girls that are growing up in the club that she played for, that can come to watch her play and be like, one day I can be like Lindsay Heaps and I can play for my hometown team. That's what it's always been all about.
Oh, I got chills. I'm kicking my feet.
Yeah, absolute chilling to hear you talk about that, Jordan, because it's also so cool that she is coming in the summer, because Denver will get this wave once the season starts, the second weekend of March, when they play their first game, and then when they play their first home game. And there will be so much excitement that by the time that Heaps comes again in the summer, they will find a second, third gear, not only the level that she's going to bring, but also the excitement, the fans. Like, it's just going to, I don't know, like different levels of this club in this first season. I think it's actually perfect that she's coming in the summer, because she will have already watched them for a little bit and understand how she's going to fit into it, what's going to happen. And she's just going to hit the ground running. Terrifying.
And you guys know she's gonna want to have a couple more trophies on that list before she gets here too.
Yeah, she's not going somewhere to not win a trophy.
Yeah.
So buckle up, everybody.
And she's hoping she gets that Champions League. She gets that French League.
Yeah, she's
trophies.
Arguably going to have 2 more before she even joins Denver, and to join that incredibly long growing list. It is really exciting for fans too. I think that over the last couple of years, Lindsay Heaps, because being the captain of the U.S. women's national team, and they've been through some slumps, she has gotten a lot of heat for everything that team does. And now fans are going to be able to watch her on a weekly basis, maybe even watch her in person when maybe they haven't been watching her play for Lyon and in the French league or in the Champions League, and really see what she is all about week in and week out, and the consistency and the level and the quality that she brings, that I think younger US fans have not seen from her, because she really hasn't been in the NWSL for a couple of years. I know I'm excited to watch her every week in the league. Those were 2 of the biggest ones. Sam Coffey headed to Manchester City, and Lindsay Heaps back from Europe, here to play in Denver. But there have been a lot of other moves